Hello Reformers and welcome back to Prophecy of Pendor. It is very late right now. I think I've actually done an episode of a Warband Mod. I think it might have been a World of Ice and Fire actually at the time. Anyway, it's very late again, and I'm going to have to be a bit quiet. So hopefully I won't scream the house down. Anyway, the Bacchus Empire declared war against the Fierdsvain relatively recently, and as you can see, King Ulrich is giving Singal to Baron Ealdfried, which is probably not the best idea, because he sounds like a faction hopper, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, as you can see right here, we have Yavexholm. I've actually come all the way over here for a very specific reason, because I thought to myself, maybe eliminating the Dashar right now is probably not the best idea. We're at war against two factions, the Dashar and, well, the Fierdsvain. And so I thought it might be an idea to eliminate one of them so that our vassals can potentially concentrate just on one threat. And then we can, you know, see what happens from there. But yeah, the main problem that I'm having right now is the fact that the Fierdsvain have about, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 10 vassals in there. I can count up to 10. Isn't it amazing? Yes, it's very amazing. Anyway, Anson has 10 engineering now, so he is going to be insanely quick when it comes to building ladders, as you can see right there. And they're going to come out. Yeah, they are. Alright, this is going to be kind of harsh, because let's face it, the Fierdsvain are known for being, well, to put it lightly, extremely dangerous. Extremely dangerous. So I'm going to be a bit worried about this, to be honest. Oh wow. Oh wow, okay. Okay, yeah, this is indeed the issue. Oh my. I'm actually kind of looking forward to this. I'm kind of looking forward to this because this is a real test. You know, this is one of those tests that you really like because it means that you can actually see completely what your units are capable of. And this is going to be pretty amazing to find out because we seem to be, wow, we are absolutely cutting through them right now. But unfortunately my units, we're losing quite a bit of them, aren't we? Yeah, we're losing quite a bit of them. That's not very good. We've lost 11 so far. That is really bad. Really bad. And that's exactly what happens, I suppose, when we don't have a huge amount of arrows. No, we don't have a huge amount of arrows to deal with, so that is really bad. Okay, well, yes, as you can see, these guys, they're really good with their thrown weapons. Their thrown weapons really make a huge difference to how much damage they're able to deal. And in some ways, I would say that thrown weapons, especially when the user is extremely proficient at using them, are probably more dangerous than crossbows and regular bows. In my opinion, I think they probably are more dangerous, which is a testament to the new Fierdsvain, because I remember way back in one of the earlier versions of Pendor that the Fierdsvain, they didn't, I believe they didn't use thrown weapons. They actually used, didn't they use bows or something? Yeah, I think they used heavy bows or something like that, relatively similar to the Nords, I believe. Could be wrong about that, but I think I'm correct. Anyway, point is, we are going to be attempting to take Yavexholm for the Kingdom of Salian, because as you can see right here, this is basically just one outlying little territory that they have here, and we're going to go in and see what we can do. Now, I am hopeful that I will be able to place my units on the outside of the walls here. Yeah, okay. Seems like that's not gonna happen. We might have some difficulties here. I don't exactly know. No, it seems like we can't do that. So this means we will need to tell our forces to come up here on the walls. This is gonna be tricky. This is gonna be very, very tricky indeed. I don't know whether we're going to... Oh, wow, yeah, okay. Oh, hello. Okay, come on, guys. You can... Whoa, okay. Okay, yeah, you can see exactly what I mean about these thrown weapons right now. They are bombarding us like no one's business. Wow, I gotta say, it's really cool, though. It is extremely cool to see all of these thrown weapons flying towards you. Yes. Not in real life, but in the game, yeah, that's fine. I don't mind, you know. Even though, once my shield's done, this is going to be a... well, I'm going to be dead. I mean, look at this. That is insane. That is absolutely insane. Alright, so hopefully they're going to be running out of thrown weapons relatively soon. Are you going to be running out, guys? Because I'd appreciate it. I would appreciate it quite a bit. Wow. Okay. Do they... Are you serious? Do they still have thrown weapons? Well, if they still have thrown weapons, then our guys are just going to have to deal with it. I mean, I can't really do much about it. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to try and use my... No, never mind. Okay, apparently I'm not going to try and use my bow. Come on, fellows. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, this is bad. It is very bad. I'm going to try and avoid them as much as I can. I'm going to try and run. Use my athletic skill. Yes, let's try and run over here to the right. And jump down maybe. Drop down. And maybe we'll see what we can do then. Yeah. Once we have our critical mass of Earls of Grey and Biscuits up here, we have a pretty easy time of things. Or not easy, but it's easier, shall we say. Yes, because we actually do start to get a couple of kills going here because we have our bows firing away. And bear in mind that all our guys are equipped with Noldor bows. Every single one of them is equipped with a Noldor bow, so you can imagine how effective they can be if they have the space and basically not being assaulted all the time. Seems like the Fierdsvain have actually run out of thrown weapons now, which is really good. So hopefully we're going to be able to take advantage of this. Let's see if we can. Oh yeah, take that, Valkyrie. That was very nice. Okay, wow, these fellows are actually... Wow, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and say that I think the Fierdsvain are probably... I'm gonna say I think they're probably the most powerful faction, normal faction. And yeah, you know, that's actually been a bit of a thing since the very early versions of Pendor, that the Fierdsvain have always been extremely strong. And I obviously know this because I actually joined the Fierdsvain way back when. You know, when I did my original series of Pendor, I actually became a vassal of the Fierdsvain. And, well, basically I went up against them in the later stages of the game, because I obviously created my own faction, and we went one-on-one against the Fierdsvain, and yeah, it was absolutely epic. Totally epic. And yeah, they were very, very, very strong back then, and in my opinion, I think they've just become stronger, which is quite a crazy thing to even think about right now, because thinking that they can become any stronger is just ludicrous, you know? They are really, really good right now. We've killed only 135. Really? Only 135? That face is not happy. That face is not happy at all. Well, I'm not entirely sure what we can do then. I have no idea. Alright, I guess, you know what? Let's just charge straight on in. Let's just charge straight on in and see what we can do. I hope that because we have two different ladders here, this is going to be slightly easier than anticipated, but you never know. Maybe it's going to be one of those times when we are going to regret charging straight on in here. But the main thing that we have to remember is that I gave my forces a huge amount of Fierdsvain axes, and maybe the Fierdsvain are not used to fighting against their own weapons. So I'm hopeful that that will be okay. And I'm going to just pick up a whole bunch of Noldor arrows, as you can see right there. Hopefully that's going to help us out. And I'm just going to get in here. I'm going to get stuck in here. There we go. Come on now. Let's do some damage. A little bit of damage. Ooh, there's a... Give me that. Oh, that's a... That is the smallest shield that I could have picked up. Isn't that... That is always the way, isn't it? That's always the way with me. It's just like, oh yes, I'd like to pick up a shield, please. And then I pick up that one. Great. There we go. Let me pick up this one instead. Okay, that's a little bit better. Thanks very much. Alright, so I'm actually going to just maneuver around here. I have 19 arrows. I would be able to Use it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I took a little bit of damage, but now that we are unassaulted, I should have a pretty easy time of eliminating many of the enemies from behind, which is exactly what we want to do right here. And, yeah, could you just move out the way, person? There we go. Okay, yeah. Wow, there's a lot of enemies. I mean, come on. Yeah, it is expected that there are going to be a huge amount of enemies coming at us right here. There we go. Wow, they just have so many high tier units. They've had so many high tier units. I mean, they're still bringing in Hersiers and Valkyries and all crazy manners of things. So, yeah, it's definitely very, very scary to go up against the Fierdsvain at this late stage in the game, because they've had the entire game to build up their garrison, you know what I mean? So there you go. We actually eliminated 332 out of the 700 they had here. So seems like my reinforcement waves do need to be changed. I mentioned in the previous episode that the siege reinforcement waves had been doubled, and I actually, before this started, did double them again. So there are, I believe, now 16 reinforcement waves instead of just the regular 8. But maybe I don't know, I had a PC crash, so maybe it actually reset it, because I was actually loading up Pendor, and then I was like, okay, let me go and make sure everything's working with my recording software and all that stuff, you know. So I alt-tabbed, and then I came back in, and then like a few minutes later, crash. Whole PC crash, had to restart, and then getting all kinds of wonderful errors and stuff as I restart, and then I load up the game again. Everything seems fine. I obviously did not check the Pendor options, so maybe it has been reset, and I will need to redo it. Ah well, never mind. I suppose we did kill most of the high tier units. Alright, there's another 5. And let's see what we can do about the castle. Alright, who do we have? Oh yeah, we have Sarah, and we also have Kasim in here. We always have those two. Yeah, I said in the previous episode as well that we need to do something about them, because I feel like having them in here, while, you know, it's absolutely fine to have them, because they are, you know, perfectly fine companions. I think Kasim is a little bit better than Sarah, mainly because she doesn't have a very high strength. But it would probably make more sense to have Lethal Durin or something like that in the top of the company. Alright, so we do have the opportunity to take these guys prison, but you know what I'm actually going to do? I'm actually going to let them go, mainly because we want honor to make it easier to get more people into our knighthood order, and we also want to make sure that these guys have a fair assessment of us. So basically they're going to be like, oh, I remember that fellow, he was really nice, he let me go, and so on and so forth, and then maybe he'll decide to join our faction if we find a claimant and we're able to, join a claimant and go from there. So yeah, I'm actually going to do that. Some of these guys don't actually like us or anything like that, but that's okay. I actually don't really mind, as long as we get a huge amount of honor. Wow, there's so much honor right here. That is crazy. Yeah, and we also got to free Lord Andre, which is even better, because isn't he... Wait a minute, isn't he the brother of our wife or something? I think he might be. That's kind of impressive. Okay, so yeah, nothing much here for me to take. Yeah, nothing much. Alright, so now we get an opportunity to take a look at the various things that we can get here. I'm going to take some Salian cavalry. I'm hopeful that they might... Oh, Heretic Magnus, give me those. I very much like those. I love Maiden Cavalry as well. They're really good. Singalian Temperatures are not actually that good in my opinion. I feel like they're decent, but I don't know whether I'd take one of them over something else that we have available here. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. What about Heretic Worshippers, I guess? We'll take some Rogue Blackheart Knights. Dragon Drakes are pretty decent, I suppose. I mean, I guess we could go for some Salian Armored Longbowmen. That's kind of pointless in my opinion. I mean, we have actual custom Knighthood Order units. It basically makes no sense for us to do that. Gonna ask no rewards in my opinion once again. I basically just want to make it so that we can capture these things and I don't have to garrison them, because it is obviously, once again, very far away. You know, this is extremely far away from our own little territory. So if we do end up actually creating our own faction, I don't want to be running between Yavexholm and Laria, for example, which is on the other side of the map. That is just not going to work. So yeah, we're just going to try our best to keep it a little bit closer. You know, a little bit closer would be pretty good. All right, so let's actually see what's happening here, because we have Mr. Valdis here, who is attempting to besiege Yavexholm and take it back, of course. And Savador Castle has actually come under siege by someone from the Empire. So technically, they're going to lose that in just a second. I'm pretty sure they're going to lose that in just a second. And then we have High Pass Fortress, and that is the only one still under control by the Fierdsvain, which is actually kind of weird. I actually would have thought that would have been one of the first to fall, but apparently not. Apparently not. So they did a pretty decent job of defending there. Anyway, I'm going to go into the tavern here. Gonna just see, there we have a traveler. Ah, wait. I want to know the location of a claimant. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't actually know which one is which, but I assume we can basically find out, can't we? This is pretty easy. So I would assume that Augustus is for the Empire, the Jarl is for Fierdsvain, the Emir is for the Dashar, and Madame Ursula is for Ravenstern. Might be for Ravenstern, might be for Sarlian. But then, of course, we have Sir Darlian here, which rhymes with Sarlian, so I would assume it is him. It's currently at Senderfall. No, that doesn't sound right. Madame Ursula is currently at Rain. Oh no, they're both at Ravenstern? That is hilarious. Okay, I actually don't know which is which, but Senderfall's actually very close by to us right now, so technically we could go over there and say hi, but I don't really want to do a regular fight with this guy if I can help it, because a regular fight is going to... Oh, okay, he's being chased off now. That's actually fine. Is he actually going to come in here? No, he's being chased off by a whole bunch of vassals. That's fantastic. Yes, you go in there and kill that guy. Thanks very much. I'm going to go off to Senderfall real quick. Thanks fellows. That is hilarious. That is really funny. I really did not think that I was going to get any assistance whatsoever, but it's actually been a really pleasant experience with the Kingdom of Sarlian. They've actually been very pleasant to work with, and you wouldn't think that that's usually the case with AI, because AI is usually a bit dumb, you know, in Warband especially. And it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool that they're actually, you know, taking an active role in what's going on here. So really pleased about that. Okay, so who is actually up here? Oh no. Have they moved on? Oh no. That would be bad. So Darlian, hello. Ah, there we go. Okay, so he is actually the rightful king of Sarlian. I thought Kingdom of Sarlian was ruled by King Ulrich. He's actually a very friendly fellow, so I'm actually going to feel a bit bad about overthrowing him eventually. So he says, my great-great-grandfather was the acknowledged bastard son of King Cavalas of Pendor. He was 8th in line for the throne as he was acknowledged, not once, but several times before the grandest nobles of the land, that none could doubt his lineage. When the plague struck down the royal family, only my great-great-grandfather survived. He should have been declared the King of Pendor, but Duke Alfred whisked him away and sold him into slavery, proclaiming that he had died with the rest of the royal family. He finally escaped and returned to Pendor, only to find jackals ruling the lands in his stead. None would believe his words, and he spent his life trying to claim his heritage. For 4 generations, my family has attempted to prove the truth of these claims, and we now have the proof we need. Ah, he actually has the royal signet, which is only activated by the blood of the royal line of Pendor. As you can clearly see, this ring glows with the sign of the griffin, the signet of the line of Cavalas. I will admit that I did my cause no good by denouncing Ulrich and all who refused to acknowledge my claim as traitors. No matter, I will raise an army of loyal subjects who honor the memory of Pendor's royal line. If any doubt the justice of my cause, I will prove them wrong and seize Ulrich's ill-gotten crown by force. Alright, so at least we know now that he is the fellow that we need to speak to when we want to take up the cause of a claimant. That sounds like a really, really fun idea, actually. And, well, I feel like it's going to be a bit difficult. But if we can start in Laria and around here, we should have a, well, maybe an easier time. I think we might have a pretty easy time because you know what's going to happen, right? You know what's going to happen? I mean, we'll have Laria, or at least I hope we'll have Laria, and we'll have Seven Cross Keep, which is very close to each other. And then I believe we also have Sez under my command. Or technically it's going to be under his command because he's going to technically be the liege of the faction, but I believe that he will give us some leeway on that. And what's going to happen is we'll just have these areas here, and then we will just expand outward very, very quickly. So when the time comes, I will hopefully have an army consisting almost entirely of custom Knighthood Order units. I don't think that's going to happen, personally, because I think they're very expensive to recruit in terms of prestige, because you need prestige to be able to recruit and induct, you know, units into the Knighthood Order. So that I don't think I'm going to have a, you know, full army of those guys, but it would be really awesome if I could get as many as possible. And then we will just try and take Whitestag Castle, Valashield Castle, Talon Castle, and basically everything around us in a circle. And that what that's going to do is that's going to make the enemy vassals make a decision. They have to try and make a decision about where they're going to go, because we are going to attack so incredibly fast, so incredibly quickly, and viciously, that they will not know what is going on, and they will not try to take Laria or Seven Cross Keep that easily, because there are big garrisons there. They're going to have to decide to take one of the keeps that we've just taken. So I think that might be a pretty decent strategy. If you have a better one, then by all means let me know. But otherwise, I think that will be it for this this particular episode. And what I'm going to do next time is hopefully eliminate the Fierdsvain by going down to High Pass Fortress and maybe taking Savador Castle as well, if it hasn't already been taken by the Empire. So I thank you very much for watching this slightly ASMR episode. I wouldn't say that it's full ASMR because I'm not really trying to do that, but I'm just trying to be quiet. Anyway, yes, I thank you very much for joining me as well, and I will see you next time.